Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the life cycle of data. What are the different stages through which our data goes before it gives us, meaningful insights, before it gives value back to us. So the first step is acquisition. Then we come to aggregation. After aggregation, we have analysis, and then we have application. We also call it as 4 A's of data because every word is starting with A, and these are the stages in a way which data is going to go through, right? We have raw data and then we work on it in order to get meaningful data, in order to get meaningful information, business insights, valuable insights from raw, meaningless data to generating meaningful information, meaningful, valuable insights. So from starting from here, going till there, we have 4 different stages, 4 A's. The first one is acquisition, second one is aggregation, third is analysis, and fourth is application. Starting with acquisition, the root word here is to acquire, right? Acquisition, acquiring something. So the root word that acquire means to accumulate in a way, collect data, because when we will be acquiring data, this entire process is going to undertake our different sources of data. It is going to find out different patterns of data, forms of data, maybe live streaming data, maybe old data. So there will be many scattered resources, homogeneous resources, heterogeneous resources, different file formats, different types of data, all of those things, acquiring that scattered data, that is done in our first stage in this life cycle. So the first one is to acquire, because once you have the data, then only you can think about other processes, other stages. So the first stage is to acquire the data, acquisition, and that data is acquired via different scattered resources. Scattered can be in terms of hardware, in terms of software, in terms of formats, in terms of sources. It can be in any term, right? So once you acquire it, then you can say that, I have acquired the data and it is with me. It can be in any size, in any format. Then we go to the second stage, which is aggregation. So if you have lots and lots of data at, in different forms, you need to aggregate it. Aggregate, as a word, as a root word, it basically represents to bring together something which is similar in nature. It, aggregation, you might have heard in other subjects also. So aggregation is used to combine data which is similar in nature. For example, I have data of, uh, let's say, cloth industry. I am the owner of a company and I am selling cloths. So it is possible that I have like 50 different stores and I have collected data of cloth sale over the last 5 years from 50 different sources. So once I have it, then I need to bring it together also. So I will be bringing together the data under the cloth tag, under the cloth dimension, right? And maybe in my store I am selling grocery products also. So through those same 50 stores, I will have to collect data about grocery and combine it under a separate term. So aggregation refers to that process, that stage where we just filter out data and aggregate it as per their characteristics. We aggregate data, we aggregate similar items together. So in a way, a classification is made where we are separating, segregating, and again aggregating similar types of things together. So a little bit of classification happens over this stage, and the result is we get integrated data. The data which was earlier, scattered, we acquired it, then we segregated it, we combined it together, and the result is integrated data. So then you will be having, supposedly you have 5 categories: category A, B, C, D, E. Once you pass through the stage aggregation, you will have data under 5 of those categories. You will know how much data is under A category, what type of data is under B category, what is going under C category, and if new data is coming, then where you have to put it. All of those questions are answered, all of those processes happen under the second stage, which is our aggregation. The third is analysis. So this is where the job of business analysts, data scientists, all of them work in this stage majorly, analyzing the data. Once they have the data at their hands, at their disposal, then they are going to apply different techniques. They are going to apply algorithms. They are going to find out what answers, whatever answers they want according to their business based questions. They are going to dig into the data to find out what is true, what is working, what is not working, how will a particular event affect their company. All of those questions are answered in this third stage, analysis stage. And once you analyze your data, you will be having knowledge. So this is the valuable information which is going to come after stage 3. After analysis, you are going to have knowledge. Once you have this valuable information, you are going to apply it. So this fourth stage is equally important, because if you are not using that information, if you're not deriving value out of that information, then it is not of use at all. So this fourth stage is equally important. We start by acquiring data, we aggregate data, we analyze our data, and finally we apply our data to industries, to particular use cases, to political use cases, to our environment, everywhere. Whatever our problem is, we will apply the information learned through our previous data, and we're going to apply it to get benefit in the end. And once your knowledge is applied, then again it is going to generate data, right? If you have made some changes in your working methodology according to the analysis which you've done, if you find, if you apply that, something or the other thing is going to happen, maybe something positive or something negative. So whatever it is going to generate data. So we come back to the first stage of acquiring data. Whatever we have applied here, we are going to log it again. The data will be logged, and again we will reach into first stage, right? So this is the life cycle of data with 4 stages, with 4 A's. So the first stage, acquiring, where we are acquiring data from various data sources. Raw data is collected from various logs collected from various sources. Second stage is aggregation. Raw data is gathered and expressed in a summary form for statistical analysis. So you are gathering data and expressing it under different categories. Statistic analysis, in a way, you are finding different parameters, like you're finding average of your data, minimum, maximum. You're gaining information about the extent of your data, what you have, how much scattered it is, what is the depth of data. All of those things are learned in second stage. The third is analysis, where we are analyzing the aggregated data to gain insights about particular resources or resource groups. So here we are working on our techniques. Data related techniques come under this category, where we are deriving knowledge from data. The fourth and final stage is application, where we apply this knowledge to build applications. Again, without application, none of the other steps make sense. So once you apply this knowledge, then again data will be generated, new data will be generated, and we enter into stage 1, acquisition. And we combine that data with our previous data and further find out what is working, what is not working, and learn about new information all the time. That is our life cycle of data. So it is an important question. Just make sure that you understand this. Thank you.